Alright, hello and welcome everyone. Yep, we got delayed a little today, but that's about nothing we can do about that. So let's begin. Alright, today we're going to be talking about my top 10 personal favorite free WordPress plugins for your website. And so these will go through things like from on-page web builders to SEO technique plugins, and they're all going to be free. And there's some that I use in my personal website, as well as tons that I use on my clients' websites and beyond. So with that, let's begin. I'm Kurt Hamel, Detroit, Michigan, and I do website design and optimization, and specifically SEO for small and mid-sized businesses. So if you guys like what you hear today, please like and subscribe to the channel. And I do these every week on Wednesday. So let's begin. Very first one is a plugin called Elementor. So Elementor is a free page building plugin for WordPress that if you're not coding skills wise, it's a great tool to help you build amazing pages without having to go through the HTML and backend code and create all this stuff yourself. It basically creates little boxes that create, do the code for you. So you can just focus on making a good looking page, putting the text in and putting the images in, putting the video in, putting whatever you need to do without actually doing the coding yourself. Now a lot of people ask me, Kurt, I've tried using stuff like this before, it just breaks my website, slows down my website. Yeah, old stuff like Visual Composer and stuff like that have been around in WordPress for a while, and yeah, I agree, those suck. Elementor came out about 2 years ago now, and the guys coding behind it are amazing. I don't know what they do, but it barely slows down your website at all. It is a little slower, a little more clunky than just doing the traditional coding sense, but wow, it is amazing that it barely, you really won't notice a difference unless you're on like a super high-end traffic site that you're competing in like the top 1,000 websites. And so with that, let me show you a little bit about Elementor. And all of this will be linked in the description after. I'm going to create a page with all the links and who made it and everything. So yeah, let me switch to screen capture. So Elementor, this is their website. Just some quick things. It's great. They use the Elementor to build this page. So you create little boxes and everything. Easy to customize. You just type in some numbers. It's good to go. It's for people that really don't have a large backscale coding experience that still want to create inside of WordPress. It works with a lot of good themes. If you were using themes from Themeisle.com, for example, all their themes come with Elementor. They expect you to build with Elementor. They create their themes around Elementor, so they really sync up great. And but that is a great theme, or great plugin to start. Sorry, I'm a little rough today. Got started a little later than expected with everything. So, but that is Elementor. And number 2 on the list, none of these are in particular order, by the way, will be Yoast SEO. So Yoast SEO is a great plugin that helps you optimize for SEO on your pages. So it gives you pretty general tips, like let's say you're writing a page specifically around drunk driving license restoration. So if someone's trying to get their license back after drunk driving, you will type in the keyword, let's say it's license restoration. They will go through your page, tell you what you're doing right, tell you what you're doing wrong in terms of around that topic. It's really the basic stuff that just makes sure you're at least on point for that topic. It's not going to be as technical as hiring a true SEO consultant, but it'll get you 90% of the way there, and it'll be way better than having no advice. I use this even when I'm just doing a general write-up, so to make sure that I'm on point. And that's Yoast SEO. And it's a free version. Like most of these things, there are free versions. There's also the paid version of almost all these plugins. But yeah, you don't feel like you need to pay for it until you're getting as much out of the free version as you can. Obviously, if you're in a very competitive field, I would recommend paying for Yoast SEO. or hiring someone who does SEO. Next on the list is number 3, automatic plugin updates. Now this is a fun little plugin, really simple. It's by Whitefur Design. It is literally just a plugin that updates your other plugins. It's great. So instead of having to update something on your WordPress website every day, every other day, you can just have this auto update. One tip: make sure you go into the plugin itself, turn off email updates, or else you will just get an email every day telling you it updated some plugins here. And it's like this. I'm going to list these all in the description and on my blog post later on too, so don't feel like you need to Google these yourself. But yeah, it's a great little thing. And here, right here, the send for automatic email updates. Once you install it, turn that off. You don't need an update every day that they updated some plugin on your WordPress website. So next is Google Analytics dashboard for WordPress. And so this is a great plugin that helps you integrate Google Analytics into your website. Sorry, one sec. And so with this plugin, it's just literally, it first off puts the tags so you can have all the data of traffic go into your Google Analytics account, so you can track everyone who's coming to your website, know where they're from, what pages they're looking at, what pages are getting the best results, what maybe you need to get rid of, what you need to work on. And it lets you do that not just from your analytics account, it lets you do that right from your WordPress page. So you can actually do it from your website, see like the last 30 days, last 90 days. You can see the moment too. It lets you just basically take all that analytics stuff you'd normally have to go to Google Analytics for and see it right through on your WordPress backend side. So yeah, that's a great one too. And then next we have Cat Lite. That's a good one. I will list that. That is just the easiest plugin in my opinion for connecting with your Facebook pixel. So if you're trying to track how much traffic you have coming from Facebook and Instagram, Cat, I use the Facebook Pixel, which is their version of their analytics tool. Just like Google Analytics is Google's, Facebook Pixel is how you track conversion rates from your Facebook ads and your Facebook pages and Instagram stuff to your website and back and forth. And so I'll link that one down below. I found it the easiest to use, just pretty simple. It's a great one. After that, we have WordPress Forms Lite. So WordPress Forms Lite is my favorite contact form. Very simple to use. And it's just very beautiful, basic, looks good on almost any website. Unless your theme is dictating a specific contact form, I would recommend WordPress Forms. So the Lite version, it says Lite, but it does almost anything you need a basic contact form. Unless you're looking for a more advanced form, it does pretty much everything. Like it looks great, it'll fit anything, and you just copy a shortcode into wherever you want. And if you're using Elementor, like that first thing I recommended, boom, you just place this contact form into an Elementor box, and bam, it's just on your page. Elementor works great with almost any of these plugins that I'm recommending here. So that would be my preferred contact form. Next, we have W3 Total Cache. That is my favorite cache plugin for WordPress. I'd say it breaks the least, which I know, oh yeah, it breaks the least. It's my favorite free WordPress cache. If you're looking for paid caches, I would definitely recommend Rocket, WP Rocket. That's probably the best cache overall, but that is with subscription rate. It is not free. But best free cache that breaks the least, and it's a little more technical than like WordPress Fast Cache or whatever. There's some other ones, but W3 Total Cache, easy, great to use. Install it, get it going. It's pretty good. After that, I would say for looking for a Google Maps one, WordPressMaps.com WPMaps.com. It's called WP Google Maps. That is the best Google Maps plugin if you're trying to just get a great looking Google Maps. Now, if you installed Elementor, like I was talking about earlier, they come with some Google Maps integration already. But on top of that, if you're looking for more specific Google Maps plugins, I mean, look, they just do a great job. It can integrate almost anywhere on your page. It can be the top header part. It can be in the middle, any size. You can do a lot with it too. It's just a great tool. Even for free, it does a lot. And the pro version obviously offers more, but the free version is amazing. Looks great. And yeah, and they have a good support team too, if you ever have any questions. And then with that, I'm going to probably recommend 404 page. It's just a normal 404 plugin, but it's really easy to use because one of the things you do need for a good website is a 404 page. When someone goes to a page that doesn't exist, 404 page is a great one for that. It'll redirect everyone where normally you might just get an error. Instead of having to create a whole page and making sure everything's linking there, 404 does that all for you. Creates a pretty nice 404. So if you go to, like, I don't know what it's just pretty basic. Let's say cranium.com/whatever. This is my website. And so I was trying to find a page and it's like, what is this? And page not found, 404. And I just list some stuff out really quick. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to use. Yep, 404 page. And I'll list all these in the doobly-doo below afterwards. So if you need a link to any of these, they'll be down there. Yep. And then last on this top 10 list comes with all WordPress with just the default WordPress you download from WordPress.com or .org or whatever it is. Akismet Anti-Spam. Now we all who do WordPress know that this comes there. You need to make sure that you are signing up for Akismet. It's always a tongue twister. It will stop all those spam comments. If you run a WordPress website, you know what I'm talking about. Boom, boom, boom. Like you'll get 10,000 a day if you don't have this turned on. I've accidentally turned mine off before, and literally in one day on my low traffic website, I got like 500 comments trying to sell me. Probably not. I'll probably get banned from Google if I start talking about what they try to sell you. But you need to go through the plugin once you have installed in WordPress, and you need to activate an account on their end. It gives you a little key and everything. It's free. It'll pop up with a slider on price, and just push that all the way down to 0. Make sure you select personal account, and boom, it'll stop 99.999% of spam. Unless it's like really not targeted spam, then you might have a, might be a little different. But beyond that, and then those are my top 10 favorite WordPress plugins. But some ones else I'm going to list off really quick are Disable Comments by Samir Shah. If you just want to turn off comments on your website really quick, it's the easiest way to do it. Huge IT Image Gallery is another good image gallery platform. It's a little slow and clunky, but I think it does the best with integrating like Instagram and stuff like that. Updraft Plus is my best backup recommendation. It can link straight to your Google Drive or Microsoft Cloud or whatever you use. It'll create a folder there, and it's free. You can pay extra for multiple backups and stuff like that. But I mean, a lot of times your web host will provide that backup, so you don't need to do it. But if you don't have a backup through your web host, Updraft Plus is what I recommend. The Niveo slider is my recommended slider. Pretty lightweight, pretty quick, pretty easy to use. Limit Login, that will limit login attempts from hackers trying to hack your website. And finally, if you use MailChimp, it's called MailChimp by WordPress for WordPress. It's a great plugin that'll create contact forms and sign-up forms on your website for like your newsletter that'll go straight to your MailChimp account. So you don't have to have like in between from your WordPress to your mailbox to your MailChimp. It'll just, people will get added straight to your MailChimp list. But that's it for plugins. And you know what? While we got some extra time here, I will show a little more of Elementor really quick. Oh, I got some problems with my audio. Will these analytics trackers tell you if you're being followed by a bot? No, they can't differentiate between a bot and a human being, unfortunately. It's all the same. It just tells you where the data is from. I could tell you, it doesn't like track on page like where the mouse is and stuff like that. It just tracks like your general like IP information, time spent on the page and stuff like that, as much as the browser will allow. You can add in like additional stuff that'll track all that movement stuff. Like if you're on Facebook.com, they have that, but most personal website people don't put that on there because that, unless you have a terms of agreement to like come on your website, it's pretty much illegal. But Facebook, you sign up for it, you enter in your terms of agreement to go on there, so you kind of, they can track all that. You know if you're a bot or not, because they track all sorts of stuff. But no. But I guess I'm gonna go into like, I'm gonna create a new page. I'm gonna just show some of these plugins really quick. And so we're going to create a new page on my website really quick. Test page. And so you click publish. I mean, you can save it as a draft. I probably shouldn't have published that. I would save it as draft. But so and that button I clicked there was edit with Elementor. So this is just, now I use kind of a hybrid. Sometimes I'll be doing the coding, sometimes I use Elementor on my website, but Elementor is a quick way to get content out there. Like my blog posts are all built with Elementor, so I use this kind of frame. Obviously, you would have a photo up here, but you just add a new section in. You can pick, how big you want it, and you can change the frame too. It doesn't have to be this little skinny part of the frame. It can be maybe we can pick columns and stuff like that. You can get more detailed with this too, but for now we'll just like show you how you just drag an image in here, and you just go to your image files right there, and it just automatically loads everything. And now with this Elementor, you can see you can just add stuff in. It looks great. You can get way more detailed with all this. You can do and if you go in here too, if you add in another, so you can add in I think, where is it? If you still want to code in these boxes, you can use either the text editor or the HTML editor to add in more code too. So you can get really specific within these boxes too. They're pretty great. And the great thing about Elementor too, like I was saying, is so like I have the MailChimp plugin that I was talking about at the end. You can add in all your plugins will be here too. So Akismet widget, and maybe like all these different plugins that you've also installed work with Elementor. And pretty seamlessly too. It's pretty amazing. Not many things break with it. It's very, I would recommend Elementor a million times compared to Visual Composer or something else on WordPress. But besides that, that's about it. I'm going to link all my top 10 list in the doobly-doo. And once again, sorry for being late today, but everything else should be good to go. Yep, feel free to like and subscribe. I do this every Wednesday. You can check me out at kurthamel.com. All right, thanks.